Leanne Barker, you're in the finals of the Women's Open here. You're supposed to be in the 135-pound class. What happened?
I missed my weight by about 3 pounds. I miscalculated and I started my dieting a little bit too late and I didn't make it in my class.
Okay, I understand you in weight training for bodybuilding, and did that have something to do with it?
Yeah, I feel probably because I was carrying a little bit more muscle. I couldn't get my weight down in time.
You're the champion here last year at Can-Am, 135-pound. Does it look good for repeating again in the Women's Open?
You bet. I'm going to give her all I got.
That's good. We're wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
As soon as these guys.
Amateurs, California.
Let's go.
Get up, one. Check it.
Ready? Now we move on to the left-hand side of this competition, and that is somewhat unique.
That's unique in a Can-Am tournament because the Americans don't do very much arm wrestling left-handed. That's pretty well Canada's domain.
And we've got a good one, a Canadian by the name of Jerry Baudry. Let's talk about him.
Okay, Jerry Baudry, the shorter of the two on the left-hand side. He's actually a 135-pounder, but he's pulling in the 150-pound class. He's got 7 Canadian titles. He's undefeated in Canada so far.
Going against in the blue.
In the blue, he's going against Robert Baseflug from the United States.
Truly a Can-Am setup.
It sure is.
The advantage should go to Baseflug. You would think because of the size, but Jerry Baudry, as you mentioned before, is a Canadian who has never lost in Canada.
That's right. The advantage, realistically, the advantage goes to Baseflug because he's a 150-pounder. But because of the titles that Jerry's had and the experience, he should be able to figure out a way to beat the American.
Look at those boyish looks. Hard to believe that this this is somebody who is taking a sport this seriously, and he does take it seriously.
He really takes it serious. He's 24 years old. He's been arm wrestling for a lot of years.
He's already got 1 championship under his belt from today, and that was on the right side. Now he's trying to add to it on the left.
That's right. He's undefeated, both arms. We've got a slip out.
And that was close, but they did call it a slip out.
We're not sure if we're going to strap up on this match.
And here's a good opportunity for us to talk about the importance that the officials play on the outcome of some of these matches.
That's right, because the referee has the discretion to call a foul on one of the competitors if he thinks they caused the slip out.
And there's always controversy. It's just like the NHL playoffs.
Always controversy. It doesn't matter who they call or what they call. The other guy wants them to call something different. Okay, they're just going for a restart. They're not going to strap up.
And you can just feel that intensity. You can cut it with a knife.
These guys aren't giving nothing to the other guy. Nobody's relaxed here. They're both tense. They're both pumped up. They're both tight, and they're both ready to go for the championship. We're going to strap them up now.
Let us also point out that both of these two have lost a match, this being a double knockout.
That's right. When you lose one match, you go down into the B side. You can still come through the whole tournament on the B side and end up in the finals.
And it was Baseflug who came around from the back door to get into the final.
That's right. He's coming out of the B side. So he had to beat, or he has to beat Jerry twice in order to win the championship.
He's already done it once.
That's right. The winner of this wins the championship.
Okay. Now we've set the stage.
There's the concentration on the face. And it takes concentration. If you haven't got all your mind on what you're doing, then you're not going to get the quick start. That's another important thing with the refs. They got to be clear on the signal. Ready, go. If you're not listening, the other guy's going to blow you away.
And just like NHL players or CFL players, they really do like to just have that consistent officiating, much more so than those officials who may be hot and cold, up or down.
That's right. You get used to a referee, too. We've had variations here because we've had Americans refereeing and Canadians. And a lot of times you'll find that somebody likes a specific ref because he is consistent. Straps up now. These guys won't slip out, so we're going to see a real tough match.
Again, each has lost once, and this is it.
There's the start, took that one. Robert Bassflug from the United States takes the championship. First time that Jerry Beaudry's been defeated in Canada.
And a very important win for the Americans when you start talking about overall points.
Overall points, because they've been close so far.
Which is quite a difference in comparison to the same competition this time last year where the Canadians simply ran away with it.
That's right. We expected the same thing this year, but the Americans surprised us.
Now, this for the middleweight. Again, left-handers. Clyde Young against Greg Topla.
Greg Topola, the Canadian, on the left-hand side in the gray, against Clyde Young, an American. Both real tough. They both met each other before. This is the final match for the championship. These guys are tough, just like the last match that we saw.
Young again coming back through the back door. Had to beat Topola once, did. And this has set up this final championship for the middleweight for the left-handers.
And he had a smile. Clyde, the fella in the white t-shirt on the right, had a smile on his face when he beat Greg last time. I think he feels that he's got Greg's number.
And we've seen throughout this competition the way that Clyde Young has been able to intimidate opponents, has used a lot of facial expressions to get to them, to break their concentration. How much of a factor will this be in a championship bout? Will Greg be affected by that kind of intimidation?
He can be, but I've watched Greg arm wrestle a lot, and I don't think that he can be psyched out by an opponent. He doesn't even look at him. He's concentrating on what he's going to do.
Here we go.
Got a good match.
Yes, he's on top.
They're both in the top roll position.
Very much in control, very much in control.
He's throwing every ounce of his weight onto Clyde's hand. I'm surprised that he's hanging on.
Oh, but you've got to give a lot of credit to this young man by the name of Clyde Young. He has come back and won it.
He's won it with determination.
And you can see the Americans, Jerry Nelson there to hug him. This truly is a nationalistic sport where you see the Americans hanging out together, congratulating each other. Terrific, terrific match.
That's fantastic, and we're going to really have to look over the points now because those last two matches might have made it real close. That was good. I love
it. Trophy awards coming up.
Wraps up our show. The Canadians coming through again with a 76-point victory. And on behalf of myself, David Pratt, and Dan Crockett, thanks for watching. Goodbye from Nanaimo. Okay, so we'll get it ready. Okay. Can you do that for us? Yeah. Okay. Okay, just let me get my head clear. Okay.
No, I guess no need for me to say anything.
No, sure. Yeah. Let's get a wrap-up comment from you. And that wraps up what has been just a terrific day of arm wrestling. So I'll say that wraps up what has been a terrific day of arm wrestling. And then you can just say whatever you want to say. Amazing. And you can give us the point totals and say, and once again, the Canadians came through, the difference, winning again by 76 points. And I'll say thanks a lot.
You're going to give that though, right?
No, you can give the Canadian the point total. I'll say, and that wraps up what has been just a terrific day of arm wrestling. And you'll say that, and the final count, the Canadians retain the championship, beating the Americans by 76 points. And I'll say, on behalf of myself, David Pratt, and Dan Crockett, that's our show. Goodbye from Nanaimo. That's our show. Goodbye from Nanaimo. On behalf of myself, David Pratt, and Dan Crockett, thanks for watching. Goodbye from Nanaimo. Okay, we're not quite finished. We're not quite ready to go. We're going to dry run it one more time. Okay. And that pretty much wraps up what has been just a terrific day of entertainment.
It's been a fantastic day, especially for Canada. We took the team trophy. We won by 76 points.
Again, thank you very much for watching. On behalf of myself, David Pratt, and Dan Crockett, that's it. And goodbye from, that's it. Goodbye from Nanaimo. Goodbye from Nanaimo. Let's try one. Why not? We're here. Are the ties straight? Anytime you're ready. And that pretty much wraps up what has been just a terrific day for entertainment so far as arm wrestling is concerned.
It's been a fantastic day for Canada. We've taken the Can-Am team trophy by 76 points, and we're happy about that.
And that's pretty much it. On behalf of myself, David Pratt, and Dan Crockett, goodbye from Nanaimo. Like that one?
We're going to have the team trophy right now. Tell one more picture. The American team will be gone. Oh, okay. First take to the bar for a drink and some supper. Okay, load up your tables. All the Americans get your table.